ULTI.TV.
So, welcome to Game 3. Sublime! We've got I'm joined by Owen Shepherd in the commentary box. Thanks for joining me, Owen.
No worries, my pleasure. Starts interestingly with a high throw. And a break, turn straight away from Colony Pillage. Hamish in open space. Pick gold.
Let's have Louis as top. We all set, Sublime? 3, 2, 1. Louis to top, Louis to top. Right a bit, right a bit, right a bit. Great press.
And Sublime cuff it up too easily.
100% offense, Pillage. 100% options, 100% effort. Yeah, Pillage. Yeah, Pillage.
Gardner pumps it high.
Yeah, come on, Jude.
And that's another turn. Pete Gardner drawing a throwing foul there. One of the 4 people in the country who does it. Take note if you're watching at home.
Your man's good. He's done.
I've lost track. How many turnovers have we got so far, Dan?
I'm up to 6.
6 turnovers, 3 apiece. Unsettled start. Julio on the sideline. Gets a swing out. And Glover settles him down. Gets it across the field. Now they've got space to cut into. Gardner launches another one. Tex just takes off down deep. I don't know who's guarding him, but they left him behind. Ooh. Finally a goal.
Tex to Kai Young, front of the end zone. Pillage finally put it in after a million turns. Both teams struggling to settle there.
And it would
Ken Shepherd putting up the ball. Sublime having a shot at offense. JD. Registered on after.com as J&D. Big huck going up. He's been called out. Drop the disc. So Owen, we've seen lots of deep shots at the moment from both sides.
They have come out huck happy, yeah. And you know the conditions encourage it. There's just a puff of breeze. It's not too windy.
Of course, Colony have so many big tries. Speaking of a big throw, James Yorston. Another big throw. Pete Faircoat putting it up deep. Ken Shepherd underneath it. Comes from behind. No, Jason Carr comes from behind. Gets the block over the top and spoils.
Too easy for Sublime to send 2 or 3 defenders into that one. It floated too much.
These Sublime are very wise to Colony's plan to send it deep. They've had several people coaching off on every single deep look.
No honors, boys.
So you reckon that's a deliberate game plan?
I don't know. I just think they're just playing aware of what Colony like to do, and they're making them go to something else. Strong physical mark here.
Daniel has another look. Daniel launches that one out. Looks pretty good. I think that's what Daniel wanted the first time, being able to shoot to the middle there, put it out in front with a margin for error on left and right of the receiver. Too easy if he's got a lead on his trailing defender.
Sublime on defense now after they scored that last one. Colony have a shot at O. Nathan Stacey saw him earlier. Struggled a little bit in the early game, but seemed to have a solid one in the second. Back out there again. Putting it up deep.
To Glover down the sideline. He's got one target in the end zone, but who's not looking for it. And there's Nathan. Strong pressure mark by Louis. Forces that dump and floats it down front. Goal. Pillage score.
Hustle, hustle!
He's like he's been retired for a couple of years, huh? Come back out.
He has. He's an athlete though. He'll pick it up. And isolated cutter. Twiggy out in the lane first with a deep, then undercut. And no continuation until Daniel gets it. Then using, a little lefty backhand. Then Mike launches the lefty huck. But that's a turn, too deep.
Throws it open to Foggo.
Punishes the lunging mark with the break backhand at the Yannick. To set up the line. And the Sublime mark too close.
Owen, would you be calling all the contacts, or would you let most of them go?
Depends if it was a disadvantage. If it disadvantaged me. If I was getting a lot of contacts, I'd call the ones that influenced me. Depends if in the heat of the moment you can remember to call them too. And a step around break backhand. I think both teams have got their offense back on track just a little more.
Biggest thighs in Australia.
If you haven't seen his quadriceps, just get around them.
You can see him just poking out the bottom of his shorts there. They are that big.
Straight up, really emphatic on the line.
Insisting on it.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. Julio, the ball.
And looks like Sublime out into Horo. Daniel in the middle of the field. Twiggy launches it. It's high. Sold by Pillage. Both teams getting their offense back on track.
Pillage apparently hasn't had the ideal lead up to the tournament.
No?
Lack of training in general.
Oh.
I think was his downfall. He seems to be putting it together now.
What's the score? Score check, Mike? 3-2. 3-2. Ta.
So 3-2 is the score.
Out in the lane, Gus is the first primary cutter. Good pressure by Hamish with his long arms. And too much. Yeah.
Wrapping is the official term, but he's just getting around a little bit, trying to cut off those passes, and Hamish does have very long arms. He's tapped back in. Kenny Shepherd resets to Guy.
He's going to want to go, Brad. He's going, Brad. Go, Brad, 10.
Huck goes up.
Brad, 10.
4-2 by our count.
And Pete and Gus get involved. The big names, some of the big names of Pillage, but not Ant Dow. Have you seen Ant Dow involved yet?
No, he was warming up before the game, taking some high grabs, but I haven't seen him on the field yet. Might be a story.
The crowd wants Ant. The crowd wants Ant.
And Julio puts it on the field. We saw tonight, I think.
Yeah. Out to JD. Twig's just gone. JD's got the range, but leader coach shuts that first look down. Oh, Twig, one little step. He's getting pretty free out there. Haven't got much structure here. Sublime are looking to put it in. They have no idea where to go. It's a push pass. It's a drop. He looked at 5 different people in 10 seconds. There's a lack of end zone offense there. That cost him. Pillage on the counter attack.
We saw the same thing out of Carl in the last game. He's a young player, struggles with the dump. He catches the big ones, but then Colony really don't have a structure for him to put the disc somewhere easy, get that reset, get him out for the long.
Yeah, got to give him something easy. Let him know where his dump will come from. A nice on your bum catch. JY blades it on the chest. An interesting throw, really tough one to turn and catch easily with a defender nearby.
What would you have thrown there, Lon?
Well, if you got, his backhand fake and the cutter's fake to this near sideline, opened up that forehand side and he threw it. But a flatter one, wider one would have been better. And there's another huck. Ooh. Jason gets something in the back. Will affect the play. Discussion. It went over him, but looks like it might be a contested foul. We'll find out. Also got here in the commentary box today, Nadine. Nadine, which team are you cheering for today?
Colony.
Okay, and you've been a fan of their work so far this season?
They've done well.
Excellent. They're definitely in the running to perform well at this tournament.
They're better. They're stacked as hell. So that was a huge hug there.
It was. It was out in space.
Being marked by, oh no.
And I think Pete Lidicator can take credit for that block. Really forced JD out of where he wanted to be.
Yeah, Pete Lidicator there, and
that's pretty much double happiness. That's smart dump defending there, forcing JD into a place where the thrower couldn't hit him. If you're accredited, it means you're not cool.
doesn't mean anything better. Please check. Even with the police check, it still doesn't.
What do we got? Denya's going. JD will launch it. Texie's gaining. Oh, got around Denya there. Denya didn't use the shoulder width enough.
Gee whiz, what a block by Tex, making up a lot of ground there.
Cover the disc. And it's a little tight for space. And his teammates might want to step back from the sideline. Tex needs the room. Oh, they're just letting Tex get an open reset dump. The pressure's off when they're off that sideline. Continue pressure now. Maples to Stacey. Just grinding out the cuts, aren't they? Oh, 2 sets of hands. They're looking better when they're just hitting the unders there on that one. Right.
He can blow up anyway, including your team. JD bringing it up to Sublime. Sublime working out of their horizontal.
Oh, there's Kyle. Kyle unmarked. 10 metres free. No option going to him. Daniel launches it, leads it well. And let's see if their end zone structure is a little better here. There's the dump. And he pushes one up the line. And another turn. That's 2 turns in this first half from Sublime outside the end zone.
That's almost cruel there. If you're going to play a top team, you're really going to have to score those ones.
I mean, it's all you can ask for, having the disc 5 metres out in the hands of one of your players, and then you've got to set up a simple system to give yourselves a couple of clean options.
Now, we've seen a lot of the HOS system. It seems to work really well Is this a new system that you've gone to this year?
Oh, look like any idea in Ultimate. It's all based on something someone else has done. Don't know where it's come from, but we've absorbed ideas, and yeah, we try to keep it a system where there's one clear option in a lot of space.
Yeah, well, it seems to be working well for us.
Yeah, we pride ourselves on being able to score outside the end zone with a high percentage as possible, 90 to 100%. And yeah, Texas back handling for them, and he bombs that one. It's high. There's two defenders. Jason Carr reads it well. And I'd really call on these two teams to identify their matchups here. Like, for some reason, Sublime were trying to throw to Denya, marked by Tex, and Denya's still come back from injury. When they have Kyle free, who's got 3 inches and a lot of reading skill over his defender. And likewise, if Colony are going to hit someone upfield, you'd think they'd pick up their matchups carefully there. Maybe look to get Tex as a cutter and pull someone else back to handle.
Another one. Here we go.
Huck happy. It's fading back in.
Jason Carr says, look, you lot get out of the way. I'm going to show you how to throw the disc deep. Hits an absolute beauty of a cut there. There's several Colony defenders with their hands on knees.
Feeling the length of that point, that's for sure.
Back in. Sublime, they got that score and they needed that. They're still in this game very much.
But if you look what Pillage can do, they can sub off their team, put on a pretty much fresh 7, and what do you know? You've got Ken and Gus and Glover and Ant out there, and Pete Gardner. That's it's pretty handy people to pull on after you've played everyone else on the previous point. And he's popping in their zone, against this zone. And Ant, if he gets another touch in the middle of the field, he's almost guaranteed to throw a high release backhand. It's his favourite throw against the zone.
Defense ready? He's coming here, Chip. Drop it a bit more.
Sublime still in the zone. Looks like a little of a flex. They've got 2 different markers. No, 3 different markers have marked the disc. So depending, maybe a left of the field, middle of the field, and right hand side will go on the disc. Now Chook's on.
The zone, and then Kenny takes over and bombs a hammer.
And Dow, safe as houses.
He is as safe as houses. How many years has he been doing that for?
I think Ant's been playing for about 17 to 18 years.
Nearly as long as I've been alive. We're in.
A higher but shorter pull from Ken. Sublime going maybe a side stack. And now the stack drifts to the middle of the field, providing cutting lanes on the left and right. And good defence on JD again. It's really helping Colony out when they can do that. JD with the disc. One of the all-time best throwers in Australia. To Jason Carr. Carl with a close mark, trying to push something down the sideline to a narrow angle. It was just a few factors against him there when he tried to go for that one.
I must ask you on camera. Some say you're batshit crazy when you got the disc. Some say you're an absolute genius. What is it, mate? Are you really
You want to know the answer?
that crafty with the disc, or are you just making it up?
The answer is yes.
At least it's not 42. Kenny Shepherd into
Lines it up, lines it up.
Someone hit the end zone for Ken.
Fogo looks for a dishy, nothing on.
That's it!
And Pillage punishes the narrow, tight cut down the sideline by beating and getting it.
Sorry guys, I missed that. Right underneath the camera here.
JD hucks past the scoreboard to the back corner. Kyle, the target that Sublime need to have, the man that needs to descend to the end zone. Unless Sandow gets on him, I feel like he should get a bucket more goals this game.
On
6-4 to Colony Pillage over Sublime. Pillage centre the stack. Foul on the throw.
Hey, hold your feet. Who's going to Gussie? Use 3. 3, 2, 1, yes. Big. With that, Max. All over. Close. Line. Back shot.
One nice little swing out there. Glover cutting to space well. Tex knowing he'd be there.
Keep it under.
It's going back after a pick, I would like.
Back shorty. Work hard, Billy. Unlucky, Maxie.
Glover throws through the foul. It's play on.
All done.
And Colony just getting the swings off the sideline when they want them. If Pillage can, Sublime could pin them in there to make a difference.
That's the right idea.
Great work there by Glover as well.
Cutting machine.
Hustle. That's your 10.
Yep, I got him.
It's all behind you.
Pillage with his own. Let's see what they got. Tim's on the mark a couple of times. Oh, sliced open by Mike there. This point's basically over.
Don't speak too early.
Yeah, Sublime have an opportunity to show us whether they can get this one in.
And Colony have shown they've scrambled really well. Out of this zone, in this zone, chasing down players, making sure they stop flow and then get the deep line.
Little pressure here. Not sure what to throw off the sideline. That's Kyle again. They need a system to get him one clear look and a lot of space.
He's an absolute talent. State representative for 400 metres.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems that he's struggling to fit into
Straight up.
and struggling to find
Right.
What a mark by Denya. Denies the throw forward, denies the throw back, and forces a 9-count turnover. JD floats down front,
Help out.
just outside the end zone. Denya's there. And it goes across the Peely.
Sublime, another much needed score for them.
7-5.
Back in this game.
7-5. Twiggy pulls. And Colony sort of meander over to the side to give Gus space, but not really. Now goes to Tex, and poor throw from Gus. Oh, Twig just pumps it up. What a risk. You've got the disc to peg it back
I was surprised there wasn't a foul.
by Gus.
Yeah, by
Right.
Gus. He didn't call it, so Sublime get the turn, and then
Let's see if Twig can settle his troops and work this disc in. They've had trouble on the sideline and just outside the end zone.
tap back into it.
Right.
Chook gets up the line free, but big coach off and a goal now. It's no call. He's been retracted.
And that was the problem. If they didn't get a swing across the field, stuck on the line, and a turn happened there again. Whereas
Will, you're in front of the stack. Think about the field.
Out block, make sure that he wants his team to win, but Pete Gardner drawing
another foul. Really steps there and swings his arm, and if there's contact, he's prepared to call that foul. Gussie's going to step out here, throw the backhand. And they've just moved it across the field. If he needs to, they can swing it back again.
Stacey gets hit from behind. And I think there's a call on the field.
Everyone's wondering, where's that disc? Oh, is it that one? No, maybe it's that one. We found it.
I think that's
Oh, now we see some heat in the game. This is Chook swearing it was out of the thrower's hand, but Nathan's saying it was in his hand. I thought it'd be a fake. I honestly thought it was a faking action, so I was surprised when the disc came out, and I can understand why Nathan called a foul, but only the slow-mo would tell the truth. Yeah, the defence is sagging onto and crowding the sideline. Coincidence if anything happens. Twiggs looking long each time he catches it. Dropped, really unfortunate. And that Sublime catch would have put them in a valuable situation. The disc a few metres outside their end zone, puts Colony back in possession. Chook with a lot of footwork there, pressuring that throw. Colony happy to break the force, and it just takes so much pressure off. If they can swing it across the field, lets them attack again, gives it to Gardner in position, who can march it out to Tex or Gus. All this flow all starts with that break throw, and that's where the goal comes from.
So we're back after half-time. Sublime down by a couple. Culinary taking half. JD with the disc. Culinary mounting their zone look, and a block by Ken Shepherd.
Thrown into his hand, basically, yeah.
What did the thrower see there, Owen? Did you see anything?
Well, I don't know what they could have seen, because they threw it to Kenny, who then batted it to JY. The gap wasn't that big.
Yeah. Anyway, so Colony take a quick score. That's 9.
Boom, 9-5. That's a 4-point lead again.
Chase!
Tim G winning the race down on the pool again. This suggests zone to me.
Tim G said he wants some pace, but from that, I don't think he has.
And they're prepared to put it up to Jason. Oh, Jason.
Gets bumped and the disc goes down.
Jason went for it high and Peely low, but late.
Danny, you're deepest.
It's been a request by Glover for his teammate Yannick to dominate this point. Let's see if he can go out there and get some disc. It's just a little too easy. They're on a stop disc. Colony flow. Sublime, they struggle a little more.
Throws a good dump to Yorston. Swings to Shepherd. And Shepherd throws that fake.
Yannick.
With the disc now, there's a call on the field.
Poor Yannick's about 5 metres free each time, but he's just not right in the right throwing lane each time. Or the thrower's not identifying him.
Just called back in by Jason Carr. Shepherd to Julio. Julio takes the shot down deep. Yannick Savage pulls down the score to make it 10-5.
Inches from the sideline, the sideline colony huck.
And this game is in danger of being over.
It's looking like a Sublime let the gap get too big.
We're back in. Sorry, I was being distracted by Brett Middleton. Walked over without his shirt off, so naturally I was attracted to him. Colony with the disc now. No, sorry, Colony out in their zone again. Sublime with the disc. Mike Tan, JD, Carr puts it up deep. Going into the end zone. Towed in by Pillage. Sublime get a badly needed score to keep this one alive. They breathe life into this game yet. Back in. Sublime with the pull. Had many people checking out our apparatus over the course of the morning. They're quite impressed. It's quite ingenious. Oh my lord. Nathan Stacey putting that one out there. Gets lucky. Pete Liddickett is a very experienced player and he pulled that one in. Stacey with the disc now. Has a look. Dumps. Putting it up deep. And both of them misread it, but looks like Gus Keenan brings it down. No, that's Glover. Gus Keenan threw it. So right now, Sublime of struggling a little bit. Tan to JD. They need to sort out what they're doing, get a score, come out on D, and start to work on this game. Because they've shown throughout the game that they do have the ability to play against these guys. Twiggy with a great grab. It's just a matter of having the brains to do it and the mental toughness or the game sense, or call it what you will. JD with the disc. Throws a bit of a blade to Mike Tan. He's got that really rangy lefty style. He gets a lot of extension with his throws. And there's a huck. Putting it up deep. Julio playing deep. Jason Carr. And Julio gets the block rolling off Jason Carr. Kyle couldn't get there around the back. Julio brings it up to the line. Taps it in. Kenny Shepherd immediately gets the reset. Throws a quick one. Maple wails away with it. And a massive bid there. Twiggy. And he's called an injury. He's hurting. He throws his body around a lot and there is no meat on his bones. So you can see that really hurt him. It was a massive bid though. He was about shoulder height off the ground to have a play on that disc. So JD with the disc, breaks. Mike Tan. Oh, and he's thrown it into the ground, I know. Kenny Shepherd picks it up, immediately looks to the end zone. Sublime have kind of spread out, and there's the shot. Colony punched this one in. That's really not what Sublime wanted there. So this game is lining up from Pool C, the Grupo de Moita, Pool of Death, Sublime, and New Zealand, and Magnum, and Chook. That was on camera. Good call, mate. All of them are way, way stronger than what they're seeded to be. Sublime now having to work against this Colony zone that's been working all right for them, and that's just over the top of Pete Liddicott's hands. Chook with the disc here, throws in the middle to JD. This is the guy you want to have the disc if you're on Sublime. You want to be resetting to JD as much as you can and letting him take shots down the field, because he makes such great decisions all the time. And there's not one. Foggo gets the block. Yorston now with the disc, looks to reset, looks off Julio, who's wide open. Julio gets the disc now, throws a wide outside in. Foggo gets the disc, and I think he caught that before he jumped. Kai Young with the reset. Julio looks off the around, throws the short one to Tex by the looks of things, to Pete Liddicott, captain throwaway, and Julio can't hang on to it. That one was coming with a bit of heat, couldn't cool it down and get it under control. JD across to Chook, Glenn Fowles with the disc. He's a little bit stuck here, he hasn't got a lot, and throws a hammer over the top of Foggo. It's read well by Hamish Pope. Pope with the disc, dumps it, resets to Dens, I think it is. Chook blazes away with the backhand, putting it up into the end zone. Julio. Oh, what a grab. Louis Mazarai with a massive grab over Julio Duque. He's a bit of a crowd favourite. Good man, kid.
Yeah, Pillage! Yeah, Dens, nice pull.
Stacey catches the pull. Pete Liddicott throws to Nick Doucette, who makes a great grab there, laying out to keep that one up. Resets to Liddicott. Now, we call him Captain Throwaway, because he throws away lots. But what a great bid there by Monty. We just saw his brother make that huge grab over Julio, and now he wants in on the action. Anyway, with Pete Liddicott, we worked through every rank, and so for every time he threw it away, he went up a rank. Every time he did something really good, we took one off him. Let's just say he ended up somewhere around Admiral. Throws it around to Pillage, who wails away with the backhand, putting it up to Monty Mazarai, who catches the score, and Nathan Stacey isn't very happy. I think he's just not happy with his position there. The Mazarai boys are starting to fire up Sublime though. Decisions, the best thrower in Australia. So as soon as you start deciding on stuff, man.
Get Pillage!
Really, no dingoes in the last couple of weeks of training, Speed.
A couple injured.
Couple of injured, okay.
Is that Kenny?
Yeah, it's Kenny.
Gus. Nice guy. Run and gun Tex, you know you want it.
For a fast guy, he's pretty slow. Seems that Sublime are liking this zone. It's a little bit strange. It transitions and changes it quite a lot. How's it look from on field, Pete? Oh, Kai. No, it's Julio. Julio with the drop step and the move. There we go, that's the game. Pete, you better get on back on the field and shake hands, mate. It's only 13, okay, I'm wrong. I'm not keeping score. Yes.
I better get back there and go let them back into the game.
No, Pete. You got the throws, man. Colony leading 13-8 I think. I've got no idea what the score is, so I'm not going to say it. JD with the disc. Colony coming back out in the zone. I obviously like what it's doing for them. Nathan Stacey we see coming out on D, and then Sublime wailing away. Oh, and big contact there. Really big contact. Pillage is a solid unit. I don't know who that is that's down. Hopefully he's okay. Okay, he's on the sideline. Smashing a beer. Oh, and several Sublime players bid, and oh, there's people going everywhere. Tex has made a call. There was contact that affected his bid on the disc. They're going to talk about it, and we'll be back after they've finished their chat. So disc called in. Clearly an uncontested foul. Colony throw the score. That's 14-8 now. Julio with the pull. He's going out of bounds. So JD bringing it in at the brick mark. Colony in their zone. It's been working for him. Sublime struggling to move it downfield. And JD throws a scuba to Mike Tan. Tan throws it back to JD. Jason Carr gets it, throws it to an open Pillage. Julio cannot cut down the angle. And Sublime stretched out to another point.
Nice pull, Maxie.
So Colony now, no chance to run their O. Kenny rails away with the backhand. Great grab there by Dal. Throws a fake and breaks to Tim G, who makes a great pickup and then throws the winning score for Colony. Colony win this Group de la Muerte matchup. They get through, they claim the win, and Sublime are now 1-2, which isn't the best place to be if you're Sublime. Thank you for joining me. I've been Dan Clinton. I was helped by Owen Shepherd earlier. Thanks to Owen. Great guy for jumping on the camera with us. We'll see you around for the next match.